racing to the next level, you need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.
Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, but we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every set of build from the ground we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go in. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 Setup Shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you want to win races, Tier 1 Setup Shop. Got weekly sets ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace controlled. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear. Yeah, we test, we tone, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 Setup Shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 Setup Shop. Yeah, see you in victory lane. Tier 1. Till we build, till we build, till we build, Tier 1 Setup Shop.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tier 1 Studios. My name's Pat Wilkinson. Up in the booth, joining me tonight once again are the voices inside my head alongside my good friends, myself and I, as we rejoin the Wild West Racing League Truck Series here at the Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, in its dual pit road configuration, half-mile circuit, 1,472 feet above sea level, 35-mile-an-hour pit road speed limit, 65 degrees in the air, 65-degree track temperature, 1 mile an hour wind from the north with a dry racing surface. We get underway here tonight at the Coliseum. Excuse me. We get ready to go racing out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League for the last race before the championship playoff event next week at Homestead Miami Speedway. With 4 minutes to go in practice, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Redline Radio, the Stan Pruitt Foundation. Oh, God. WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, that's the other one. And Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. Michael Lovelace spinning out a little bit across the start-finish line, adding a little bit of red trim to the number 68. Apologies. While the NASCAR Cup Series may be under a rain delay over at Echo Park Speedway, we certainly are not here at Bristol's Coliseum. With just about 3 minutes left to go, Dakota Henderson, Keith Ayers, Michael Lovelace, Will Moore, Brighton Coleman, Justin Bell, Chris Etchepar, Timmy McDonald, Mike McCoy, Tanner Ensign, Mike Presley, Jeff Ramsdell, and Richard Crane. Last handful of drivers in this race. Let's take a quick look at who is left. I'm going to be completely honest, I don't entirely remember who is left in the playoffs. But as of a few weeks ago, it is as follows. Above the cut, Chris Etchepar, Michael Lovelace, Tanner Ensign, and Will Moore are all above the cut line. Keith Ayers, Brighton Coleman, and Dakota Henderson all below. It is win and in time out here tonight. I believe Michael Lovelace already punched his ticket to the final race next week at Homestead Miami Speedway, as I am getting weather reports now and live feed from our good friends over at TNT Sports on Spectrum, or whatever channel they are, and it is absolutely pouring over at Echo Park Speedway in beautiful Atlanta, or in beautiful Georgia, that's the one. I have only ever known New England. I have been to Florida once, I have been to Iowa, and I can safely tell you, Iowa's a nice place, don't get me wrong, but when the capital city, the beautiful city of Des Moines, in its travel agency brochure, when you fly there, you get settled in, you walk through the airport, and you go, right, what's the things to do in the city? And one of the top 10 things to do in the beautiful state of Iowa is go to the top of a parking garage and take selfies with the Travelers Insurance neon sign from a few buildings down the block. Look it up, I swear to God it's true. Last 30 seconds of practice here at the Coliseum. Everybody getting ready to go racing. Jeff Ramsdell at the last moment managing to get into the session in the number 60 machine. Excited to go racing for the second to last time out here tonight. Mike Presley, setting a time, 13th fastest at the moment. Somehow my time wasn't horrifically bad either. I'm up at 11th, despite not being in the race. And having never really comfortably raced Bristol, as practice comes to a close. It was also brought to my attention not too long ago, last night, believe it or not, when Mike Joy, over at NASCAR, said that Riverside Speedway was a part of Connecticut. I take deep offense to that, as Riverside Speedway of Agawam, Massachusetts. Yes, Massachusetts. Thank you, Mike Joy, for being wrong. As we jump on board with Tanner Ensign, make sure that's all put away. Rolling around the bottom of the racetrack in the number 44 WYO Outlaw Custom Diecast Ford F-150 around these beautiful big banks here at the Coliseum. Off of turn 4, green flag, green flag, green flag is out for Tanner Ensign for his first flying lap. Off of turn 2, trying to keep it situated. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 we go, running a little high. Trying to get that momentum off of the high side. Down the front stretch we go, past the start-finish line. Tanner Ensign up to second at the moment. Quarter second behind the leader, Will Moore. Dakota Henderson up to the lead now. Will Moore with a 14.883. Let's see how long that lasts for the lead. Tanner Ensign still running a midline through turns 3 and 4. Back across the start-finish line. Does not improve. Very rare instance from Tanner Ensign. Will Moore leading the way. Dakota Henderson, Keith Ayers pulling off. Chris Etchepar in the 16 spitting off of turn 1, I believe. Nope, that's turn 4, excuse me. Mike Presley just going through turns 3 and 4 now. Mike Presley on his first flying lap out here tonight. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. In another WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast truck. Bringing it to a stop before the start-finish line. Justin Bell out on the racetrack in the number 8 WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast machine. Across the start-finish line. Excuse me. Up to 4th for Justin Bell. What a run from him. Michael Lovelace currently on the track as well in the number 68 Meals on Wheels and Water Wheel Foundation Toyota Tundra. Up to 4th for Michael Lovelace. 8 of Justin Bell will not improve his time, going down to 5th. Mike McCoy, Chris Etchepar, Mike Presley, Jeff Ramsdell, and Richard Crane yet to set a time. Michael Lovelace with a flying lap, 14.872 to take pole out here tonight at the Coliseum. What a run from Michael Lovelace. I believe the red he has added to his truck are him saying he has made it to the championship 4. I believe he punched his ticket the other day at Daytona? Maybe? I have no idea. We will find out next week. Jeff Ramsdell in the number 60 out on track, and the number 60 Chevrolet, bringing it to a stop just in the restart zone and backing up and respawning. Not entirely sure what that was all about, but hey. Ramsdell back into pit road. Not sure how much longer we have left. In the number 60 Coca-Cola machine. Rolling off of turns 1 and 2 on the bottom. Exiting pit road. He's going to need a couple banging laps out here tonight to beat the clock back around to hopefully set a flying lap out here tonight, here at the Colosseum, down into turns 1 and 2. Much better run into 1 and 2 from the number 60, all the way down on the bottom, trying to keep that speed up. Down into turns 3 and 4, short run down the backstretch, off a 3 into 4, and onto the front stretch we go once again, past the restart zone. Jeff Ramsdell up to 7th at the moment. What a run from him in the early parts of his qualifying run. Down the backstretch into turn 3 we go again, trying to keep that momentum up. Off of turns 3 and 4 now, past the start-finish line we go. Jeff Ramsdell does not improve as qualifying comes to a close. "100 laps of the Colosseum out here tonight." As I need to do this really quick, and then do this. Michael Loveless, Will Moore, Dakota Henderson, Keith Ayers, Justin Bell, Brighton Coleman, Jeff Ramsdell, Timmy McDonald, Tanner Ensign, and Chris Etchepar rounding out your top 10. Richard Crane, Mike Presley, and Mike McCoy rounding out your bottom 13. Again, ignore me, I'm not in the race. But as we wait for Michael Loveless, Richard Crane just joining up now, and Mike McCoy to get into the session so we can go racing out here tonight. Why do we have such a problem? What? Waiting on Mike McCoy as we get ready to go racing. It does not like the in-car here, but it sure likes the outside of car here. Interesting. Apparently iRacing must have updated something again because all my graphics have been really weird lately. Started again last night, and I expect that it's going to be that way for a little while. Typical iRacing. Rolling around the pace car one more time, Michael Loveless, your pole sitter out here tonight, ready to go racing here under the lights at the Colosseum. We roll down the front stretch. Pace car's lights are off, ready to go racing out here tonight at the Colosseum. With the Raiders Wasteland Truck Series. Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, R-A-I-D-E-R PvE. Pace car, down pit road this time. There it goes now. Michael Loveless on control for the start of this race. Green flag, green flag, green flag is in the air. We are racing under the lights at the Colosseum. Down into turns 1 and 2 we go, 68 and the 29. Mirror driving each other all over the racetrack. Down into turns 3 and 4 we go. Short, fast, brutal laps out here tonight at the Colosseum as the caution comes out immediately. Justin Bell around. Slowed down into turn 3, gets punted by Jeff Ramsdell in the number 60, sent up into the wall on the high side. Down pit road goes Justin Bell, first caution of the night. Hopefully that is not a sign of things to come. Do not want a repeat of what happened in the Gen 4 series a few months ago. God, please, no. Please, please no. I'm begging you. Please, for the love of all that's holy, no. It's fine. We're here to have some fun tonight. It'll be what it is, and we're gonna have fun doing it. Raiders Wasteland Truck Series also brought to you in part by WYO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Whip Foundation, and Redline Radio. And from all of us here at Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Michael Loveless still leading the way after the first handful of laps. Pace cars' lights are off, ready to go racing once again out here tonight here at the Coliseum. Michael Loveless on the bottom, Will Moore on the top, Timmy McDonald, Jeff Ramsdell both down pit road, Justin Bell down one lap, Mike McCoy failing to start out here tonight at the Coliseum. Roll back around through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to go green flag this time by only 11 cars still on the lead lap. Waiting on the pace car to dive back down pit road and go green flag once again. There it goes. Michael Loveless on the point for the restart. Green flag, green flag, green flag is in the air. We are racing once again out here tonight at the Coliseum. 6 of 100 this time by. Through turns 3 and 4. 1 and 2 we go. Into 3 and 4. All the way down to the bottom. Michael Loveless really trying to run the best he can on the bottom. Whoa! 29 around for a ride. Staying green for the time being. 7 of 100. Will Moore spinning it out across the start-finish line. Managed to keep it rolling with no caution. Michael Loveless going to have to be very wary of him on the bottom of the racetrack as we get rolling once again. Will Moore going to be put a lap down this time by Dakota Henderson and Keith Ayers up to second and third. I'm amazed there wasn't a caution for that. Will Moore just at the edge of your screen there as we roll back through turns 1 and 2. And into the backstretch, into turns 3 and 4. My apologies, I will also go to this timing tower because that one looks better. Let's start jumping down into the field. Let's go down to the 4. Brighton Coleman under pressure from the 44. Tanner Ensign. Tanner Ensign, the king of wrecking the nose of his trucks out here tonight. Every time I turn over to him, he has a caved-in front bumper on that truck. Just over a tenth of the way into this race out here tonight. NASCAR Cup Series still under rain delay at Echo Park Speedway in Georgia. No. Yes, Atlanta, Georgia. Whoa! 4 dumps the 8 down into turn 1, bringing out the caution for the second time tonight. Brighton Coleman getting into the... Who is that? 6? Oh, the 8. Justin Bell was already a lap down. You had to do that to him. Okay. Well, there was, in fairness to the 4, not that you can see my mouse, but there is definite gap there. He got net coated off of turn 4. Yeah, Justin Bell might have been able to leave him a little bit more room. Actually, you know what? 4 kind of slid down in the 8. 8 slid up into the 1. Both equally responsible, but there was net code at the beginning of that. So I'm going to chalk that up to net code in my opinion. Whether everyone else agrees with that is up for debate. Michael Loveless still leading the way out here tonight. Dakota Henderson, Keith Ayers, Tanner Ensign, Mike Presley, Chris Etchepar, and Will Moore all still out on the track. Brighton Coleman, Jeff Ramsdell, Timmy McDonald, Richard Crane, and Justin Bell all down pit road this time. Second caution of the night out here tonight at the Coliseum at Bristol Motor Speedway. One of my worst racetracks to drive at, but one of the best for photos, I gotta be honest. Swing around through turns 1 and 2. 19 to Keith Ayres running an interesting scheme out here tonight. Yellow and Red Bull machine. Kind of sharp design on that truck. I kind of like it. The black chrome on it makes it really kind of pop. I like that. Pace Car's lights are off this time by. Ready to go racing. Once again as we roll off of turn 2. Justin Bell still lapped down after going down pit road for more repairs after getting turned via netcode from Brighton Coleman. Pace Cars is down pit road this time. 68 on the point for the restart. Back green flag once again. Everybody stacked up as we get underway once again. 68 and the 5 side by side down into turns 1 and 2. 19 and the 44 right there behind them. Whoa, 19 of Keith Ayres with a huge radio problem off of turn 2. Nobody wanting to make any kind of move in fear of wrecking into him. 68 of Lovelace, 5 of Henderson, 44 of Ensign, 19 of Ayres, 0 of Presley, 29 of Moore, 60 of Ramsdell, 16 of Etchepar, 55 of Crane, 4 of Coleman, 2 of McDonald, 8 of Bell. Running out the end of the field. Only 12 trucks in this race, 1 truck a lap down. Off of turn 4 we go. 68 of Lovelace still leading the way. Dakota Henderson all over his bumper though. 44 and the 19 battling it out for third behind them, just about a second behind. Back through turns 3 and 4. Whoa, big wiggle. Big wiggle for the 68 of Michael Lovelace. Off of turn 4 there. Back around into turns 1 and 2, onto the backstretch, and into 3 and 4 we go again. Across the start-finish line, 22 of 100 this time by. Let's jump on down to Jeff Ramsdell in the number 60, fighting the 0 of Mike Presley off of turn 2 for the position. This is the battle for 6 at the moment. Will Moore just up the road as well. Battle for 5th inadvertently going on at the same time. Chris Etchepar and the 0 of Mike Presley fighting it out behind him. 8 of Justin Bell also right there trying to help out his teammate Mike Presley get that position away from the 16. Everybody a little bit loose off of the corner exit at the moment. New set of Goodyear Eagle tires in about another 25 laps time is the best solution to that. I gotta be honest, out here tonight at the Coliseum, these trucks and hell, all forms of NASCARs just shred these tires out here on Bristol, being this high banked circuit. Whoa, 44 and the 29 all over the racetrack, trying to block the 60 behind. 44 Ensign up and over. Jeff Ramsdell up to 5th. He's really putting the pedal down now. 29 of Will Moore under pressure now. All 3 Ensign Motorsports trucks pretty much within striking distance of each other on the track. Whoa! 0 Mike Presley, I believe. Almost got sent for a ride. Yes, it was the 0 of Mike Presley. Up into the wall off of turn 2. Ooh, 1 truck down pit road. Timmy McDonald went down a few laps going for a pit stop. Caution out. Justin Bell again. Again? The same crash again. There's no way. 8 of Justin Bell still coming. Okay, well, I mean, there's no reason for you to be coming all the way across the racetrack. Gets net-coated by the 55 of Richard Crane. And just gets spun out into turn 1. Same spot, same wreck. Twice. 3rd caution of the night. Jeff Ramsdell, the only one staying out. Timmy McDonald staying out with some serious damage on the front right of that truck, on the front left of that truck, excuse me. McDonald back onto the lead lap. 3rd caution of the night here at the Coliseum Bristol Motor Speedway with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series, brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. We thank you all for tuning in. Jeff Ramsdell leading the way. Michael Lovelace will be lining up alongside him. Richard Crane, Dakota Henderson, Keith Ayers, Will Moore, Chris Etchepar, Brighton Coleman, Tanner Ensign, Mike Presley, Timmy McDonald back down pit road. And off pit road now. Justin Bell still a lap down, excuse me. Hiccups. Pace car's lights are off. Jeff Ramsdell choosing the outside for the restart. Very interesting point on that one. He's going to need the jump of a lifetime through the restart zone to get ahead of the 68 of Michael Lovelace. As we roll through turns 3 and 4, everybody trying to get ready to go racing once again out here tonight, here at the Coliseum. Pace car down pit road. Rolling up towards the restart zone we go. Green flag back in the air. We are racing. Nobody went. 68 and the 60 both failed to start. 3 wide behind them for the position. Tanner Ensign up the middle down into turn 1. 68 of Lovelace did not get held up by that 60 truck. Neither one of them went on the restart. Very poor idea. I must be honest, that is not the way you want to see these guys race. Michael Lovelace back up into the lead out here tonight as we start jumping back down. Let's go down to the 55 of Richard Crane under pressure from the 19 and the 29 ahead of him. 44 and the 4 of Tanner Ensign and Brighton Coleman also behind. Down into turns 3 and 4. Nope, 1 and 2. Caution back in the air. Don't tell me it's Justin Bell. Do not tell me it is Justin Bell again. It is not Justin Bell. Crisis averted. Oh, 44 of Tanner Ensign up into the wall. Let's rewind a little bit here. Did he get loose into turn 1? Yes, he did. He completely binned it into turn 1. Got clobbered up against the wall and just managed to keep it rolling, but had to throw the caution anyway. Nothing wrong with that. 4th caution of the night. Michael Lovelace back in control of the race out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League. Again, hopefully, folks that are tuned in, hopefully you all come and say hi in the chat. We appreciate it. And if you guys want to join the Wild West Racing League, the link to the Discord is down in the description below. The links to all of the servers that I broadcast for, well, we broadcast for, excuse me, are all down in the description of all of our live streams from now on. So that includes the Wild West Racing League, Core, and the Dutch's Dirty Dozen, as the Ino Image GR86 Cup is still a selective league for the VTuber Cup. We're going to keep that separate for the time being, per request of the owner of that, Selena Ino. But the next time we are racing will be a very interesting race with the GR86 Cup. We will be doing some good old dirt track racing at Limaland in the GR86 Cup cars. So that will be very interesting to see how that goes. Standard race format, 50 laps. Instead of a full hour race, we're not going to torture our drivers with that. Especially since, you know, these are very much cars that are not built to go off-road. The original plan was USA Speedway, but the plans fell through as the track was proving to be difficult due to the long straights at USA Speedway. Pace cars' lights are off. Michael Loveless, Jeff Ramsdell, Dakota Henderson, Will Moore, Richard Crane, Keith Ayers, Brighton Coleman, Mike Presley, Chris Etchepar, Timmy McDonald, Tanner Ensign, and Justin Bell back on the lead lap. We roll back around through turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to go green flag once again. Through the restart zone we go now. Green flag, green flag, green flag is back in the air for the 5th time tonight. 40 of 100 this time by. That was a much better restart this time around. 68 in the 60 off of turn 2. 68 on the bottom had the better run off of turn 2. 60 down to the bottom as well with the 5 of Dakota Henderson. 29 of Will Moore behind them. Battling it out for third. 29 up to the top, giving the shove to the 60 and the 68. Off of turn 2, 68 up to the high side, 60 trying to block. Behind them, the 29 and the 5 both side by side trying to mirror drive each other. 1955 4 and the 000 of Mike Presley. Chris Etchepar in the 16, Justin Bell, Tanner Ensign, and Timmy McDonald rounding out the end of the field. Me, Pat Wilkinson up in the booth, obviously, and Mike McCoy failed to start. Whoa! 29 and the 5 are out. Still green. Will Moore and Dakota Henderson. Now there's a caution. Justin Bell involved in it again. No, he wasn't involved. That's the good thing, at least. 16. There we go. 16 to Etchepar. Okay, so 5 and... So the 5 and the 29. 29 loses it off of turn 2, or turn 4, excuse me. 5's also down on the bottom. 29 slides right back across the racetrack in front of the 4 and the 16. Nothing they could do. Henderson manages to escape relatively unharmed. Half the field back down pit road once again. Michael Loveless, Jeff Ramsdell, Keith Ayers, Richard Crane, Mike Presley, Will Moore, and Justin Bell. Top 7 still on the racetrack. Dakota Henderson, Chris Etchepar. Etchepar might be first off of pit road. Ensign, Dakota Henderson down in 9th. Ensign in 10th. McDonald in 11th, and Coleman still down pit road. Everybody staying on the lead lap for the time being. Lucky escape. Pace cars' lights are off, ready to go racing once again out here tonight at the Coliseum. NASCAR Cup Series replaying some of the best moments from the year so far, as we are still under rain delay. Pace car down pit road this time, rolling up through the restart zone we go. Green flag back in the air, 68 and the 60. Missing the restart again, 48 of 100, just shy of halfway through. Out here tonight, 68 and the 60, still side by side off of turn 2, down into turns 3 and 4. 60 getting the run off of turn 3 into 4. 68 on the shorter line, but the 60 of Jeff Ramsdell up to the lead at the moment. Keith Ayers and Will Moore fighting it out for third at the moment. Richard Crane up in the mix as well. 55, battling it out for 5th with the 29. Keith Ayers running away with it in the 19 a little bit here. Full second ahead. 8 of Justin Bell working his way back up through the field. He is already back up to where he started in 5th at the moment. Justin Bell trying to make the magic happen. Mike Presley also up here in this lead pack trying to help Justin Bell and Tanner Ensign get back into this race. Officially halfway through, 50 laps to go out here tonight here at the Coliseum. Off of turn 4, 55 and the 5 shoving each other all over the racetrack. 0 of Mike Presley also getting punted. 3 wide down into turn 3. This never ends well. 16 backs out early. Almost clobbering the 44. Tanner Ensign off of turn 4 for Brighton Coleman. Timmy McDonald, another 2 seconds back behind the leaders in the number 2 Pepsi machine. Not having a great night out here tonight. Michael Loveless and Jeff Ramsdell side by side once again out here tonight. Down into turns 1 and 2. 19 of Keith Ayers watching on in earnest, trying to capitalize on their mistakes in the number 19 Red Bull Ram out here tonight. 68 of Loveless off of turn 4. Past the start finish line. 60 of Jeff Ramsdell. Hot on his heels though, a little bit sideways off of turn 4. Off of turn 2 we go again. Everybody just trying to keep their trucks together at the moment. Running out of breath here. Jump down into the field a little bit more. Let's go on down to Chris Etchapar in the 16, battling the 8 of Justin Bell and the 44 Tanner. And whoa, we go again with Justin Bell. 4th time. So this is off of turn 2. 8 of Bell gets a little loose. 16 all the way up against the wall. Nowhere for him to go. 8 just slides up into him. Nothing they can do about it. 44 Ensign and the 4 of Coleman managing to sneak around it. Bell getting towed back to pit road. Not what you want to see out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series. Brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by WIO Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios. My bad. Sixth caution of the night out here tonight at the Coliseum. Pace car's lights are off. As I look over to the NASCAR broadcast, and all the jet dryers are currently going through the infield. Jet drying the end of pit road and the Legends Oval in the bottom of the quad oval at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Typical NASCAR, they have no idea what they're doing. Pace car's lights are off, ready to go down pit road this time. There it goes. 68 of Loveless on the point for the restart for the 7th time tonight. Green flag back in the air. 61 of 100, 40 laps to go under the lights here at the Coliseum. Down into turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Whoa! 0 in the 5, 44 around as well. Caution straight back out. Big one off of turn 2. Ensign backwards across the racetrack. Let's jump back and take another look. Alright. So, Mike Presley on the bottom, beside the 5 of Dakota Henderson, off of turn 2. Both slide up into each other once again. 5 up into the wall. 0 of Presley, nowhere to go. He just completely ran the 5 up the racetrack. 16 clobbers the 44 as 44 tries to go around it. 16 gets dumped by the 60. 4 wide escape for the 29 of Will Moore. What a pass from him to get past that wreck. A lot of damage to a lot of good trucks out here tonight. The real question is, does anybody have an answer for Michael Lovelace? As we have the 7th caution of the night here with the Wild West Racing League under the lights here at the Coliseum. Pace cars, the lights are off, ready to go racing once again out here tonight. 68 of Michael Lovelace leading the way. 19 of Keith Ayers alongside. 29 of Will Moore. Jeff Ramsdell, Richard Crane, Dakota Henderson, Chris Etchepar. Brighton Coleman, Tanner Ensign, Mike Presley, Timmy McDonald, and Justin Bell may be out of the race, or he's just called it quits. Regardless, pace car down pit road this time. Rolling up towards the restart zone we go. Green flag back in the air for the 8th time tonight. 66 of 100 this time by. 68, 19, 29, 60, 55, 16, 5. Off of turns 1 and 2, into 3 and 4 we go. 29 in the 60, having better runs off the turns. 19 starting to fall back on the high side through turns 1 and 2 again. 29 looking to go with his teammate. Big blip for the number 19. 68 Lovelace still running away with it at the moment. Down into turns 1 and 2 we go again, letting off nice and early, letting the truck roll around these turns rather than throttling up through it. .69 of 100 this time by. As the caution flies once again, Dakota Henderson. 16 of Chris Etchepar also involved. Let's jump back and take a look. 55 gave a shot to the 5. Net coated the 16. 44 and the 4 also involved. Managed to get it spun back around and keep things rolling out here tonight. Justin Bell, yes, is out of the race. Very unfortunate. Lovelace down pit road. Will Moore will be in control of the race for the restart. For restart number 9. Pace car's lights are off this time. Only our top 7 are on the screen at the moment. Will Moore on the point, Jeff Ramsdell. Keith Ayers, Richard Crane, Tanner Ensign, Timmy McDonald, Dakota Henderson, Michael Lovelace, Mike Presley, Brighton Coleman, and Chris Echapar, excuse me. Rolling back through turns 1 and 2 and on to 3 and 4. Everybody getting ready to go racing once again out here tonight at the Coliseum. Pace car down pit road this time. 29 stacking the field up. Green flag flies. We are racing once again out here tonight. 27 laps to go. 60 in the 29 around turns 1 and 2. 29 has a huge head of speed off of turn 2 and into turns 3 and 4. 60 on the high side, not making it easy on him though. 60 starting to pull ahead into turns 1 and 2 we go. Huge banking, increasing everyone's overall speed through the corners. Tanner Ensign up to 5th at the moment. Richard Crane, most improved car, on track up in 4th at the moment. Jeff Ramsdell in the lead by about a truck length ahead of the 29. 24 laps to go at the line. Michael Lovelace down to 6th, down 5 after leading so much of this race out here tonight here at the Coliseum. Jump down to Tanner Ensign now, fighting with the 60 and the 5, losing 2 positions to the pair of them. Tanner Ensign down to 7th at the moment. Not a great place for him to be off of turn 4. 23 laps to go here tonight at the Coliseum. Everybody's still trying to make the magic happen. Work on as much position as they can get. Every position counts, as next week is the championship race at Homestead Miami Speedway. I believe Michael Lovelace has the first slot, so it is a matter of who gets the final 3. 21 laps to go at the line. Apologies for that. 20 laps to go. Everybody's still trying to make whatever they have left happen out here tonight. Trying to catch up to the 60 of Jeff Ramsdell, just about a second up the road from Will Moore and Keith Ayers. Moore and Ayers trying to work together off of turns 3 and 4, back down into turns 1 and 2. Run down this 60 truck just ahead of him. 19 trying to get out of the dirty air at the moment. $16 laps to go for Jeff Ramsdell to take his first Wild West Racing League victory out here tonight. Jump down to Dakota Henderson down in the 5, running in a bit of a world by himself at the moment. Mike Presley behind him, Richard Crane ahead by less than half a second. 5 trying to run down the 55 off of turn 4, 14 laps to go. It is down to the wire out here tonight at the Coliseum. Who is going to get these final 3 spots? And head to the playoff race out here with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series. Jumping down to Chris Echapar, watching the battle for battle for 8th, excuse me, as he gives the shunt of a lifetime to Brighton Coleman. Coleman putting the brakes on through turns 1 and 2. Getting the shunt of a lifetime, managing to get past Tanner Ensign for 8th place. 16 all over the bumper of the 44 now, down into turns 3 and 4. 10 laps to go at the line. Etchepar and Ensign both almost a full lap down. 60 of Jeff Ramsdell with the 68 of Michael Loveless all over his bumper out of nowhere. This is the white-hot battle for the win out here tonight. Whoa, 68 really on the bumper of the 60 there. Has to be a little more careful than that. Do not want to intentionally accidentally dump somebody off of turn 1 because you have a huge head of speed. Those lips on the bumper, the very edges of them, if you hit them at just the right time, you will send these trucks around. They have no weight over the rear decks of these trucks. Makes them very loose on the rear end. 44 Ensign down to the bottom, trying to get out of the way. 68 of Michael Loveless back up to the lead with 7 laps to go. 60 of Ramsdell trying to run him back down. Has a lot of work to do in 5 laps. Loveless already half a second up and pulling away. Those new tires helping him a lot as we continue on this race. 5 laps to go at the line. Four laps to go this time by Michael Loveless using the lap car of Brighton Coleman just ahead of the 60 of Ramsdell. At this point, we are coming back no matter what. If we do not have overtime, or if there's another caution, we will be going into overtime. My apologies, my brain's all fried. It's fine. Loveless just needs a few more beautifully clean laps. 3 laps to go for Michael Loveless. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 we go. 2 to go at the line. Loveless gonna go back-to-back wins out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series. I believe he won last week, and if not, then I apologize. White flag, white flag, white flag is in the air for the 68 of Michael Loveless, coming back no matter what out here tonight at the Coliseum. 16 of Etchepar letting him on by. Down through turns 3 and 4, across the restart zone and to the finish line. Checkered flag in the air. Michael Loveless wins out here tonight at the Coliseum. Jeff Ramsdell in second, 2.5 behind. Will Moore in third. Keith Ayers, Richard Crane, Dakota Henderson, Mike Presley, Chris Etchepar, Brighton Coleman, Timmy McDonald, Tanner Ensign, and Justin Bell out of the race. Let's get Loveless in here. Michael Loveless, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me?
Got you loud and clear.
I believe this is your back-to-back Raiders Wasteland Truck Series win out here tonight at the Coliseum. Talk us through it.
It is. Great race. A lot of fast people out there tonight. Will and Dakota and Jeffrey, all of those guys. I was a little worried about the tire consumption and how I was going to play that, but luckily it seemed to play out pretty well for me, and great strategy, and the truck was fast tonight, and so it was handling great. I got a little loose there. I made a small minor adjustment, and the truck just came to life, and it was great.
Certainly was out here tonight. You already locked yourself in a spot for the Championship 4 race next week at Homestead Miami Speedway. But just having that extra insurance does tend to help out here tonight here at the Coliseum. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Yeah, I was really hoping to lock in Dakota. I don't know where it's going to fall out in the points. I would have liked to got him locked in tonight, but I'm excited for it. I'll have to put in a little bit of practice sometime this week to get ready for that, but I'm excited for that. And great competitors out here, and so appreciate it all.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much for joining us up in the booth once again, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's get Jeff Ramsdell in here. Jeff Ramsdell, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Pat, how's it going?
Going pretty good. How about you with that fantastic second place finish out here tonight? Almost beat Michael Lovelace a few times there, but just didn't have it at the end.
Yeah, he had those fresher tires at the end there, and the setup just got a little tight at the end there. But come on, P2, after having some qualifying problems and getting that first wreck in the beginning, I'll take a second place.
Well, hey, one heck of an effort from you out there tonight. Only 2.5 seconds behind Michael Lovelace, as Lovelace tries to head on over to victory lane. But regardless, congratulations on a fantastic P2 out here tonight, here at the Coliseum. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Yeah, I got to thank my wife for everything. You for putting on the broadcast, training setups. I got to thank all the guys at Gas and Go and the league admins put on the race. It's fun.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Thanks for joining us up in the booth once again, and congratulations on a fantastic P2.
Thank you.
Let's get Will Moore in here. We'll call it a night. Will Moore, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. Do you got me?
Gotcha.
Will Moore, congratulations on a fantastic P3 out here tonight in that number 29 Ram 1500. 5 seconds behind the leader, but in third place. Talk us through it.
Yeah, had a good truck tonight. There for a little bit, I think I had something to run with leaders. I just overdrove it, just trying hard, to make the final four. Coming into this round leading points, and then coming into the night two out. Trying everything I can, but got a P3, got a point for leading the lap. So, hopefully that's enough, and hopefully I can race for a championship next week after put all this hard work over the season to use.
Couldn't have put it better myself. I currently have absolutely no idea who the championship 4 are gonna be, so hopefully I'll get Tanner Ensign in here in just a moment, and we'll talk it out with him, see if he has the answer to that question. But regardless, congratulations on a fantastic P3 out here tonight, here at the Coliseum. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, thanks for everybody for putting this on and having good racing, and can't wait to do it again next week, and hopefully it's for a title.
Hopefully it is, and hopefully Michael Lovelace turns down the talent a little bit. It would be nice to see somebody else on the top step for a change. But regardless,
Yeah, it'd have been nice to have done it last week. I had good pace for him last week, but I got a penalty on the start and then had an incident, so I didn't get the chance to do it.
Well, best of luck to you out there for next week if you are in the championship, and we'll be talking to you then. Let's get Tanner Ensign in here while I'm thinking about it. Tanner Ensign, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Pat. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I was wondering if you had the brain cell over here and would enlighten me as to who our championship 4 are.
Yeah, actually, I just got it updated, and I'm looking at it now. Lovelace, with the 2 wins in the last round, obviously locked himself in. Chris Etchapar, with his run tonight of just staying out of trouble or trying to. He was around me all night long. Did a great job. He's in. I made the cut. And Keith Ayers tonight with his great run up front. He will also advance.
So just to confirm, your championship 4 are Michael Lovelace, Chris Etchapar, Tanner Ensign, and Keith Ayers. Thank you, Tanner, for keeping me in the loop, because it's like, well, I have no idea what the stats are, and I'm not going to try and pretend, because I just have no idea. But anyway, thanks for joining us really quick up in the booth and giving me that little piece of information for next week, where hopefully we'll be talking to you from the top step, winning that championship.
Yeah, that's the goal, buddy.
Well, best of luck to you out there, and congratulations on a respectable P11 out here tonight. Not the highest position, but turning laps that count. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Nope, that's it, buddy.
All right. Well, best of luck to you out there for next week, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, folks, you have yet again spent another perfectly good hour with all of us here at Tier 1 Studios. We thank you all for joining us tonight with the Wild West Racing League Raiders Wasteland Truck Series out here tonight at Bristol Coliseum. This broadcast was brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE. This broadcast was also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. My name is Pat Wilkinson, up at the booth. This has been the Wild West Racing League, and until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times, every turn, every line we find. Trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every setup built from the ground, we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built for 'em. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Setup shop Tier 1. Take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear, yeah, we test, we tune, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win, yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Setup shop Tier 1. Yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. See you in Victor Lane. Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1. Tier 1.